Hi, so today I'm making a very basic tutorial on how to play the Soviets, and we'll be playing a general that has two most powerful units on the Soviet in my opinion. We'll be playing a general that has a 120mm mortar and shock troops. I have my gaming German, but don't worry about it, I will explain everything. It's just because I like learning German. Okay, so first we'll go for the units building. So you click the engineers, you click A, and you create the first building here. So first engineers, then the house here, and you create the building. This building will let you build units. In the main building, you can create more engineers or conscripts. Engineers, they let you build barbed wire. They also let you heal vehicles. So for instance, if your tank gets damaged, you can use engineers to heal it. They also get an upgrade. You can spend 60 munitions to upgrade them with a flamethrower, or 30 munitions to upgrade them with a mine detector kit plus a repairment kit, so they will repair vehicles faster. And during this game I also want to test the troops, the battalions that can be bought in the second building. Those troops can be upgraded with a very good early game anti-vehicle weapons. They are very good also against infantry, so we will get them. They are very good for the beginning of the game. We'll also get one squad of conscripts, so the most basic Russian infantry, and we'll do that because they can create sandbags, and sandbags are very important in this game, because this game works in a way that when you get cover for your infantry, they get significantly less damage. There are three types of cover. There's the green cover, like they have in here. If I put them just behind this wooden fence, they will get a yellow cover. And if they are not behind any cover, they get no cover. But if they are in the open, like if I had moved them here into the middle of the street, they will get a red cover. So this is a negative. This is like they get extra damage. Okay. So you win by controlling the star points. So in here, and in here. You can check on the map on the left corner, bottom left corner. When you control those points, those star points, you will get, this is the win condition. On the top of the screen you can see points. I have 480 points and my opponent has 500 points. Whoever goes to 0 first loses the game. And you basically lose the game if you don't control the stars. If the opponent controls more stars than you, you lose. And that's it. Also, you have normal points. With nothing on them, they generate ammunition and fuel. Ammunition is for upgrades on your infantry, on your tanks, etc. To get, for instance, better weapons, I have to upgrade them using ammunitions. To throw a grenade, I also have to use ammunition to do that. And the fuel is to create vehicles. So for instance, armored cars or tanks, all of those can be created using the fuel. I will upgrade this squad with flamethrower, or maybe this squad, because they have more XP. I can see in here they have more XP. And Russian squads, they can get up to 3 stars. When you get 3 stars, they are max level basically. And yeah, each star gives you some additional benefits. Maybe you shoot stronger or something like that, or have more defense on the unit. So now I will show you a very nice combo, but first let me buy a healing. So in the main building you can invest into 2 things. First of all, you can invest into the healing, so that's what I already did. And the second thing is Molotovs and anti-tank grenades. So I will not upgrade this one yet. as I don't feel the need to have Molotovs. They are very good against heavy machine guns, but my enemies are not using that right now. So in here I'm playing against bots just to show you the mechanisms of the Soviets. So this game should be fairly easy, we should win it no problem. I just want to show you some nice strats. So in the second building I build the car, and I will put my engineers with the flamethrower inside of this car, and that car now will become very deadly. Look, I will just drive to them and burn them. So this car, yeah, it's very OP for the early game, but it's very easy to lose it as this car don't have a lot of HP. So probably in the mid game this car will be lost. The only thing I want to do is to exit the vehicle before it explodes, basically. So I will click stop it, and then with W and click E to leave. Okay, so there used Panzerfaust, so you can see my car is nearly destroyed, so I will jump out with the engineers so they don't explode with the car, and I will move it back to safety. So in here I will actually manage to save the car. Oh, they also have the car, so I will get the anti-vehicle upgrade here. Oh, and in here the enemies are building, so it's very easy to destroy them, to kill them, the unit, while they are building. So that was a very bad play by the enemies. And I will get my anti-vehicle units in here. So they also have a big bomb that you can throw onto the cars. The second one is for the cars. It sticks to them. You will see how it works. It's very good. Yeah, works like that. And the first one is the same, but you throw it onto the ground. Oh, and in here I nearly lost a squad. That's very bad. When you lose a squad, it's just terrible. Try to not lose any squads. If you lose it, they will lose all of the experience and all of the upgrades, so that's very bad. The experience is very important. And here I nearly lost a 2-star unit, and the 3 stars is like maximum. Okay, the second building has mortars, heavy machine guns that pin the enemy troops, and anti-tank. I don't think I will build this one. I think I will skip to the third one, and I will get a light tank. So in here we have the 120 millimeter mortar. It's a very powerful mortar, one of the best in the games, and I will show you how it works in a moment when I see some infantry. Oh, another car, armored car over here. I will wait with my infantry. So I'm bombarding the infantry over here. Okay, the car drove closer, so I will try to fuck it up with my package here. I will just throw it onto the car. It's about, so he's... Oh, I lost the squad. Very bad move from my part, but I managed to destroy. Oh, and 2 wipes with a big explosion coming from the 120 millimeter mortar, but also the enemy, he had a flamethrower, so when he died he exploded into flames. That also dealt some damage to the unit that was standing next to them. Okay, they used the Panzerfaust, which destroyed my engine, and now the car is very slow, so I will send support. And I also called in the Sturmtroops. This unit is one of the best units for short range combat in the game. They're quite expensive, they cost 360, but they are super good. They have nade and a smoke, so a very good composition. As you can see, they completely destroyed that unit. And you can get one or two, I would suggest two if you have this, they are very good, so just get 2 units of those, get 2 mortars, it's very good. Very important is to have everything in your army, so you should have something anti-tank, you should have something anti-infantry, you should have some armor. In here I will create a tank. In here they have the bazookas, you can see the little image here of a bazooka, so you want to be careful using your cars around them. Okay, so now we have 2 units of those crazy ass motherfuckers together in one place, so we should be able to destroy the enemy infantry that's on top. And hopefully get some wipes. Wipes meaning kill everyone from the squad. And we also have the tank, so I'll send it there. And they have close range weapons, so I will make sure to follow the enemy units as close as possible. And yeah, we got the wipe here. And in here we are also doing a lot of damage. Yeah, another wipe. Of course this is very easy because we are playing against bots, but still. Alright, so this is one of the Soviet tanks. We have 3 types of vehicles here. We have the truck that can be upgraded with very powerful anti-infantry and anti-air weapons, the first one, and 2 light tanks, the second light tank and the third light tank. The first one is probably better. I went for the third time because I wanted to show you a very nice artillery ability that Soviet has. I will try to wipe this with everything I've got. Okay, they are dead. So, they are taking this point from me, right? What I want to do is use my artillery, so I will use this ability. Okay, they moved, so never mind. I will use it in a moment. First, let me destroy them. Okay, so this tank, let's drive here. We can bombard their bunker. It is like a mini artillery. The closer we get, the more precise the bombardment will be. As you can see, you can from far away bombard targets. It's very good against buildings and against infantry. Right, and I think I will build the last building and show you what do they have there. So in the third building you can get tanks, medium tanks, and very powerful Soviet artillery called Katyushas. Oh, also another thing about the vehicles, it's very important to face your enemies with the front of your vehicle, because they basically have more armor on the front. If you get hit from the behind, the enemies will deal you much more damage to you. And as you can see, you can try to chase enemies in order to wipe them. But I didn't manage to kill this one here. Okay, and as you can see, in here we have the basic infantry, conscripts, and I can build sandbags on them. So I'll build it like this, on the end of the point. In this way, when the enemy tries to capture that point, they won't be able to use the cover, because you can use the cover only from this side. When they use it from the other, they won't be able to cap that middle point. Okay, and in the main building, every Soviet has the Katyusha, which is a Soviet artillery. It's very good, very strong. It bombards once every few minutes and sends like 20 rockets at once into one like circle. So it's a huge AoE damage that's very good against infantry. The second one is T-34. It's a medium panzer. It's just a very fast, very mobile. It's not an early game panzer, but compared to the Germans, you get this tank earlier than them. So it's not as good as their tanks, but you get it a little bit quicker, and it's very solid. And the last is the tank destroyer Su-85. This one is very powerful, especially because you are playing against Germans. So Germans, what they have great tanks, and this Su-85 is a great way of destroying them. It has a special ability that will let you even further increase its sight of view. So it can snipe tanks from far away, and it's really disgusting. And in here we also have the tank from my general, so it's a special unit that my general gives me. You have 3 generals to choose from. You can unlock more as you progress through the game. You basically can buy them with real money or with in-game money that you can earn from playing. You can also get generals just randomly dropping for you after the game, but it's very unlikely. Sometimes there are also sales in the game when you can buy each general for €1, and I think during those sales it's really worth to buy a lot of them, especially some of the more mainstream classical generals that might not be unlocked with the base game. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me go through all of the units once again. So the most basic units are the engineers. What can they build? They can build all of the buildings for your base that will unlock new units. You want to start with the first one or with the second one. In the first building, this little tent right here, you get the battalions, which is a very good unit for the early game. It has 6 people in a squad. They are very strong and then can be upgraded with PTRS weapons. Those weapons are very good anti light vehicles, so light tanks, cars, armored cars, they will completely destroy them. But with heavy tanks, like if I build this T-34, they will not do a lot of damage to those. So keep that in mind. This is like a early game, mid game upgrade. But what they have are those packages. The first one that they can just throw on the ground if the enemy is not looking at their units, if they don't retreat their units, you will be able to use this package to completely wipe them. It's like a little small package, but look at that huge explosion. And the second one is even better. You throw it at a vehicle, so for instance a tank, and it will deal like 1/3 of the HP of like a big tank even. So it's very good. The second unit from this building is a sniper. A sniper is also very good against Germans. The Soviet sniper is probably the best one in the game. They're especially good because the Germans, they have less people. You see, only 4 people in a squad. And a sniper kills 1 person each shot, if they don't miss, of course. So it's much better to use sniper against Germans as they have less people in each squad. So when you use Soviet sniper to kill 1 soldier from the enemy, you destroy 1/4 of the whole squad. But Soviets, they usually have 6 people in the squad, right? So if you kill 1, it's only 1/6. So that's why the Soviet sniper is much better. But it's a very risky unit to play because he has very little health. I will show you how he works. He has a lot of sight, so he can just move towards the enemy unit. Oh, okay, they are retreating. But basically you can see this huge circle here. This is his range. You just put him behind the cover because then he will become invisible. Visible only when he shoots. And he can snipe 1 unit at a time. Even from full health, he can kill him with one shot. So it's a very good unit, but you have to play carefully in order not to lose it. I will place it here in the backlines. And the third unit, we already used it, is this armored car. Very good composition with the pioneers, with the engineers that have the flamethrower. You just drive to them and burn them. It's really good. You can also put other units like the stormtroopers inside. You can carry one unit inside, and you can use it to transport your troops or just use it as a death, bring death to your enemies, basically drive into their face with some unit that is good for close range combat and destroy them completely. Like you can see here, they completely destroy this Deutsch engineers. Great. Okay, the second building, I didn't build it, so I will build it in a moment. But it has 3 types of units. It has the heavy machine gun. A heavy machine gun is a big gun that you put on the ground. It faces only in one direction, but any infantry unit that walks into that will get pinned, so they will be unable to move. First they will move very slowly, it's like a yellow pin, and with the red pin they won't be able to attack or move at all. So it's also very good for defensive purposes. The second one is a mortar. It works the same as this mortar 120mm here, it's just weaker. I get this special mortar from my general, but it works the same. You have the in here you can bombard, in here you can get smoke, but if you just put it near the front line it will bombard on its own. Okay, and the last unit from this building is an anti-tank gun. This anti-tank gun is very good. It has a special artillery ability. What it means is that you can use it the same as this tank. So this tank has this ability that lets you bombard. That anti-tank on the Soviet also has that ability. So it's really good. Okay, and in the fourth building you have light tanks and this car. So this car can be upgraded with powerful machine guns. That's good against infantry and aircrafts, but it has very low HP. Now they have bazookas, so we'll probably lose this. Okay, they are not shooting, so that's good. The second light tank is the most commonly used light tank for the Soviets. It's very good. It has with veteranship, so when he gets levels, the stars, he will get a special observation tool that you can use this tank in the late game just to like see further, observe the territory, scout enemies, etc. Because in the late game, you know, those light tanks are not very good. They will get wiped by anti-tank guns or other bigger tanks very quickly. So that's what you have to be careful about. But you can use this light tank T-70 later as a scout. But for the early game it's very good, it's very mobile, etc. And the last light tank is this one that has the same ability as the anti-tank on Soviets, so this artillery ability. As you can see, this anti-tank gun can also be an artillery. That's very good anti-buildings, anti-infantry also. Okay, and the last building we have 3 standard units. So the Katyusha, it works kinda like this, but sends 20 big shells all at once. So you have to wait for like 2-3 minutes for each to recharge its ability, and then you can send all of those big bombardment onto a target and do that. And also you have the T-34, the tank I've built. It's just a regular medium tank, very solid, and the Su-85, the tank destroyer that I already talked about. Yeah, so in here you have the T-34 and the Su-85. And my general also unlocks 3 special units. So one of those, that unit is special tank, so it's just the T-34 but upgraded. It costs more fuel, but it's also stronger. And the mortar 120mm. Now those bombardment, I'll call it with the, this is a general ability. Some of the generals have some bombardments, etc. If you see red smoke on the ground, that means there's a bombardment coming, so be careful if it's not yours. So the 120mm mortar, you just put it behind the front lines and it will bombard everything with big shells and destroy infantry and buildings. And Sturmtruppen, very good close range infantry unit. You just want to run into the enemy. And they also have a nade and a smoke grenade. Smoke grenade, only 10 ammunition, is very good when you have to capture a point, but for instance there's a lot of enemies on that point. You can just throw a smoke, walk into the smoke and capture it like this. So it's a very great ability, great unit. And lastly, this general also has this ability that will let you spot enemies better, and this powerful bombardment that you can throw. I clicked it here. You can see that the first it's the smoke, so the enemy can run away, and in a moment planes will come and bombard this area. Or maybe this is not a plane bombardment now. But as you can see, you spend ammunition on that. It costed 180, but in this case it didn't did much damage, but as you could see here previously, it can be quite powerful. Okay, and some more stuff with the buildings. The engineers can also build supply points. There's an ammunition supply point and fuel supply point. They are very important to build in the mid game. They basically increase the production of resources. So you take a point and you can place either munitions or fuel upgrade, and you will basically generate more munitions or generate more fuel. And on recruits you have the sandbags. On pioneers you also have mines and barbed wire. Barbed wire can be used to build next to a cover so the enemy cannot use it from their part of the map, and mines are super good. They destroy engines of vehicles, so when a vehicle, enemy vehicle, drives on your mine, it will explode, the damage will be dealt, but also his engine will be destroyed. It works the same with the anti-tank grenade here on the infantry, on the conscripts, and here also with the big bomb from the battalions. They will also destroy the engine and make the enemy unit slower, and mines will do the same. Mines can also target infantry. If a unit of 4 people walks on the mine, probably 2 of them will explode and die. It's also very good to place mines. That's like a pro tip. You can see that, okay, the enemy usually goes in here, and then when they retreat, they run to their base. They run here, right next to the fence. So you will place a mine here, and when there is one guy or 2 guys retreating back to base, trying to save their lives, they will run onto the mine and explode. It's very powerful. Okay, so I think that's everything. Thank you for listening to this tutorial on the Soviet, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you very much.